We just came across Mr. Sengezo Tshabangu. Greetings, the Interim Secretary of CCC. We just saw your letter to ZEC saying the signatures, 3 of them, these signatures are the people who sign when we go for by-elections. Can you tell us the latest on this?
Yes, remember that the President, His Excellency, has proclaimed the elections, date of the elections. So in preparation to that, we have assigned people, deployees who are going to sign for the members of parliament. We also want to minimize the double candidates. And the reason why we have deployed these cadres, we know that they are tried and tested. We are not going to have this kind of mischief of double candidates. And mostly, you know that these by-elections were created in Matabeleland, and hence we need people from this region.
Why Matabeleland mainly? Why Bulawayo?
Bulawayo is the battlefield of the national politics of Zimbabwe. Every political party that wants to entrench itself, or every political party that wants to every formation of a political party is being entrenched in Bulawayo. Bulawayo is now being a city which is second class to Masvingo. People from Masvingo have been deployed to come and represent the people of Matabeleland. So Bulawayo is the center of attraction. It is where things are actually happening. It has got a historical background. So we want to clean the kingdom, the Bulawayo kingdom, so that we have people who are born and bred in Bulawayo representing the Mtwaras. So
in other words, you as the interim secretary, you are national?
Yes.
So did you check other provinces if it's the same thing is happening?
The pattern is the same. The pattern is the same.
So no recalls from those areas?
I'll tell you, in Manicaland, people are complaining that there are people who don't come from Manicaland. There are people who are coming from Masvingo taking these positions. There are people who have been imposed. There are people who were elected. But because they were not closer to the proximity, or they were not closer to the authority, they were displaced, they were elbowed out. So the pattern is the same countrywide. So yes, I can safely say we are visiting and we are assessing the damage that has been caused by this mischief, or by these criminals around the president.
Okay, so you are saying there are criminals around the president. Are you blaming Chamisa for all what happened here, or you are blaming your leadership in Bulawayo?
President Chamisa has got nothing against President Chamisa. He is the face of this struggle. He is the president of, he was our presidential candidate. He remained the president of this institution. But we have got problem with the people surrounding him. These are the people who are misleading the president, who are removing him from the democratic principles and values. These are the people who don't want internal democracy to exist. These are the people who are against the constitutionalism. These are the people who want anybody who has got a different opinion, different view, to be removed or to be elbowed out, so that they can put their friends, their relatives, their girlfriends. So these are the people that we're targeting, not the president as a person or as an office.
So you feel that there was so much unfairness in your primary process of choosing the candidates. Therefore, this is what causing. It's not that these MP, they violated something in your party.
Well, it's in 2 different folds. The process itself was flawed. The process took us to the stone age, because we have never had this kind of a process in the current democratization. So flawed as it may, we still agreed that it produced the candidates, and these are the candidates whom we are representing, and these are the candidates whom we are fighting on their corner, because they were chosen by the people on a flawed process, but they were removed by those who were in charge.
Are you saying that the candidates who participated here, you are recalling, they were not elected by the people.
The candidates who we recalled were not elected by the people. I can give you an example. In Bulawayo South, the person who came first is Engineer Mangwendeza. The second, who was second best, a candidate was James Stole, and the white woman by the name
for which area?
Bulawayo South.
Okay.
The current MP was
Watson.
Watson was a distant third. So we are saying what was
Watson came number 3.
Came number 3.
Okay.
So what was the justification? What makes her so special that she can be the first choice, yet she lost the primary election? We know Coulter, David Coulter, the current mayor, he lost in Ward 4. But well, of course, he is the favorite of the people in Bulawayo. This is why we have not revisited Coulter, because
Coulter was never a winner in there.
He never won the Ward 4.
Okay, what about the Country Park one?
The Country Park Pasho was not even there in that process. Pasho was in Norway. The person who came first was Thokozani Kupe, followed by Colette Love, and I can't remember the third one. So Pasho was not even there. He was never even involved in this kind of process of Beregamon. So what makes him so special that the authorities can come and impose him in the people of Country Park?
But, okay, did you meet as a part as a CCC for come out with this decision?
We met, and we have made communication with the president. We've made communication with the stakeholders, but they did not listen to us. Hence, we had to take this decision.
Mm-hmm. You were chosen as an interim SG. Do you remember when?
The same process that elected or that chose the President Chamisa to be the president of this institution, the same process that made him the presidential candidate, is the same process that appointed me as the interim Secretary General. But I think that matter is before the court, so we can't.
I know, but do you know Chamisa? Have you met? Because I'm trying to be devil's advocate here. I'm trying to get it. Do you know each other with Nelson Chamisa?
Our history dates long back. Remember, during the MTC, Chamisa, when he was the youth chairperson, I was in the national executive of the youth of the executive that he chaired. Remember when Chamisa went to be the spokesperson of the party, I was there in the MDC. Remember when Nelson Chamisa, who is now the current CCC president, from being spokesperson, he went to become the national organizing secretary. I was in the team that was campaigning for Nelson Chamisa, and I was the provincial chairperson. So for him to discredit me, that he doesn't know me, well, it's entirely up to him. I can't speak for him, but records can speak for him. Everyone who was in the MDC knows me, knows my capacity, my credentials are there for everyone to see. So nobody can deny me. It's like really running away from your shadow and hope that you are going to catch, or the shadow is going to catch you, or you are going to...
Do you have structures in your party?
The structures are there. This is why we are still standing today, because there are structures. We have got champions every street. We've got street champions. We've coordinators. Those are the structures. So, but we want to formalize them as an institution so that we have structures in each and every polling station. The reason why we lost the election, we did not deploy the polling agents in each and every polling station. We didn't produce the V11s because we were not, our polling stations were not manned, were not covered. So these are the things that we differ. These are the things that we raise. That the election, yes, it might have been stolen by Mnangagwa, by ZANU-PF, But there are things, internal things, that we should have really done better so that election was not going to be stolen. And these are some of the things that even when CCC was formed, we agreed there is a resolution that we're going to form the structures around the polling station so that we learned a lot in 2018 when we lost those elections. We failed to produce the V11s. And history has repeated itself. We have failed to produce the V11s again in 2023 because we didn't have the structures around the polling stations. So we can't repeat the same mistake and hope that in 2028 we are going to continue under this path. It is my office that has taken the center stage as a chief administrator, that we shape the party so that we become competitive when it comes for the future elections.
Do you have the constitution in your party?
Yes, we have the interim constitution. We can't have there's no party that can live from a vacuum. Yeah. Even if
what does the constitution say? The CCC constitution, does it allow for such recalls? That you have to go through certain hearings, or you can act on anything and recall somebody?
I think recalls are prescribed in the national constitution. Right. So whether our constitution does not provide that, but the national constitution supersedes the establishment or the party constitutions. So it is enshrined. Any body or any party that feels the MP does not serve the interests of the particular party that promoted that individual into the parliament, they have got the right to recall. So we have revoked that section 129K. This is what we have done as a political party.
Right. I know you're in a hurry, you've got other meetings to attend. But I want to ask you, now that you have recalled those people, and you warned them that they should continue going to parliament, those who were not recalled, they should continue going to parliament. And today we understand they are at the parliament in Harare. Did they hit to the call?
Absolutely. We are the authority. We are the party. We represent the party. The members of parliament knows that we are taking this party back to its founding and principles and values. We can't operate without a constitution. We can't operate without a collective approach decisions. So they have hidden to the call of my office, not to me as an individual, but they have hidden to the call of my office that we need to go back to parliament and serve. If those who are not going to go to parliament, to local authorities to serve their mandate, we are going to visit them.
Okay. The President Mnangagwa proclaimed that there will be a nomination court sitting on the 7th of November and the elections, the by-elections on the 8th of December. Are you taking part as a CCC? Are you contesting these elections?
Absolutely. We can't leave a vacuum. We have created a vacuum. It has to be filled. So in politics, you cannot leave a vacuum, because if you leave a vacuum, we saw the blunders that were made by President, the late Morgan Tsvangirai, when he recalled the likes of Tendai Biti, the likes of Sipepa. He recalled them. Then he said, the following morning, that he was not going to contest in those elections. And what did happen? ZANU-PF occupied the space. So we are going to close ZANU-PF. It doesn't mean that when we open these recalls, we are giving ZANU-PF two-thirds majority. No, not at all. We are opening these recalls so that we redefine ourselves, so that we put the party back to its founding and principles. We put the people that were chosen by the people. So we are going to win. In the same way we won the elections under difficult circumstances, we are going to win these elections. I've got no doubt.
If people decide to boycott, the electorate, it means that the ZANU-PF will automatically get all these seats, and therefore they cross the rope and with the two-thirds majority in parliament. Let's say no, we're not. People say no, we're not voting. Maybe Chamisa says we're not participating as your president. What will happen?
No, we are going ahead. Nobody can take a decision on his own. I can't make a decision on my own. The president will have to consult for him to arrive to that decision, because this is a party which is driven by citizens. The mandate, we get this mandate, we derive our mandate from the Constitution, we derive our mandate from the citizens that we represent, that we seek to represent. So we know by-elections by nature, there is voter apathy. But we will do a lot of work in terms of voter education so that people, we are saying, let's not throw the baby with it, let's not throw the baby with bathing water. So let's remove the baby from the bath water and move on.
Okay, a lot of people are thinking that this is all written. ZANU-PF is behind your decision. Are you working with ZANU-PF?
I have opposed ZANU-PF from birth, and I will continue opposing ZANU-PF. I've got scars. I was arrested several times in each and every. I was arrested in Harare. I was arrested in some time in Kai. I was arrested in Wanke. So I was arrested in Bulawayo, fighting the regime. So I will continue fighting the regime. It doesn't mean that those who are opposed to my cause, then they will call me, justify them to call me names. Though if that is going to increase my resolve as a person, that is going to increase the people that are around me, that are surrounding me, it is going to give us an impetus so that we fight even for, give us the energy to fight for another day. So I'm not ZANU-PF. And for anybody to call anyone who has got a different view as ZANU-PF, it doesn't start with me. Joshua Nkomo, he was called a terrorist because he had a different opinion. Thokozani Kupe, he had a different opinion. They almost banned Thokozani Kupe in a hut in Buhera. Welshman Ncube, and they called Thokozani Kupe a dissident. Welshman Ncube, when he differed with the late Morgan Tsvangirai, the president of, founding president of MDC, he was called a CIO. So these names, we are now used to them. Yeah, we're now used to them. I am the foot soldier. I am the footprint of Joshua Nkomo. I am the footprint of Dumiso Tabengwa. I am the footprint of Lockout Masuku. I am the footprint of Herbert Chitepo. So these are the ideals that these nationalists fought for. They never fought that anybody can take away this struggle, the people's struggle, and own it. Anybody can take away the people's struggle and personalize it. Anybody can take away the people's struggle and put girlfriends and put relatives. We are saying no to that. We want a collective decision. When our forefathers went to war to liberate this country, they went to war collectively. It was not won by an individual. Joshua Nkomo was the commander of a battalion. He never took his family to fight the imperialist, the capitalist. So it's a collective approach, and we are going to follow what our nationalists did in order to liberate this country. We are a free country because we give the credit to Herbert Chitepo, to Joshua Nkomo, and the likes. So we are continuing from where they left. We want to complete the unfinished business of liberation struggle.
You are not at liberty to name the people you are working with. No, you can't.
It's a broader movement. There are so many people. I will tell you the response. I have never been in this position before. The response is overwhelming. People are saying, when are you going to do more recalls? But we're saying we're managing it. People of Manikaland, people in Maswingo, people in Mashonaland, they are saying, please, what you experienced in Matebeleland, we experienced it here. So can you please come and flush out these criminals? They are here, they are there, they are using our resources. So we are going to visit these provinces. In no time, we will be releasing a presser in that regard.
I understand you said you have been threatened. Do you know the people who have threatened you? Have you gone to the police to report?
I have reported this matter to the police, and the threats keep on coming. But I'm not going to be deterred. I'm not going to be moved by the threats. I have put my head on the block. If those who went to fight for this country died in the liberation struggle, I'm prepared to die for this struggle. Even if they come and kill me, there is somebody who is going to come and lift the bar and carry the cross and take this struggle forward. So I'm prepared to die. The threats, they should just forget. I'm not going to be moved by a threat. Even a bullet of a gun, even if today you shoot me, I die, another Sengezo will be born.
Do you agree with the election results of 2023?
Election results, they have come and gone. We were cheated.
You agree that we are rigged?
Yes, we're rigged. There's no doubt about that. But like I alluded earlier, there were things that we should have done better to minimize the rigging. We had no polling stations, polling agents in each and every polling station. That was mistake number one. Number two, there was no collective campaign in terms of leadership. We saw a campaign being centralized. So those were the things that we need to revisit and talk about them. So the elections were rigged, but there were things we could have really done better in order to improve and do better. We could have really maybe won this election if we had not really personalized the struggle.
So you are not fighting anyone, but you want to correct the wrongdoing.
Yes, we are not fighting anyone.
You are not victimizing anyone.
I'm not fighting President Nelson Chamisa, but I'm raising these things. We are trying to make him better leader, so that when we go to the next election in 2028, those who are, it's a dream that we are going to have a rerun. It's gone. The SADC position, SADC doesn't have the mandate
So you have to prepare for the future.
We have to prepare for the future. This is what we need to tell our people, that the election is gone, is done and dusted. We need to pick up the pieces. This is exactly what we're doing, that in 2028, we become a stronger force to challenge the status quo, to challenge
Are you calling a Congress anytime soon?
Yes, we are. There's I'll be issuing, let's wait for the court, and then we'll issue the roadmap. Because the court is just a formality. Our case is very clear. I was not challenged by the party. I was challenged by individuals, and I can be challenged by a man walking in the street. Is not different from a member of parliament who was elected by the citizens. He's the person who is actually challenging me in court. I was appointed in that position procedurally. So nobody, the party was not cited. So I was supposed to be challenged by the party, not the individual. So our case, there's no case before the courts. So it's just a walkover.
So the court is going, when is the court?
The court is going to be held on the 2nd.
In Harare?
In Harare.
Okay.
Yes.
So no, anyway, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to talk to you, because I wanted to understand everything. Now you have made your case, as well as I speak to them as well, and they are saying, denying that they know you, denying that you were ever the interim secretary, denying what they're saying, what you did is used by ZANU-PF, is a fast thing, and all sorts of names.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yes. When we call people in here, we are calling people because there's a matter which is of national interest. Again, on my page, if you don't want to listen, you go away. And you don't listen, you don't watch. I never force anyone. You can't drive me or tell me how to conduct my interviews, or know who to interview, or know what to do. I beg you, because such people end up blocking my post. So I can't say, don't interview this one, hey, cut this one, don't interview him. Why should I do that? This is my page. Thank you very much.